Torpedoes, direct front.
Unable to maneuver. Problem solved, sir. Critical engine damage. Main turret critically damaged.
Torpedoes, astern!
Problem solved, sir.
This is one of my big frustrations with World of Warships. It doesn't happen very often, but as you saw at the beginning of this, I lost an engine, and by engine I mean my propulsion. My propulsion got knocked out, my steering got knocked out, and then I lost a primary turret all within the first 3 minutes of the match. That's not fun.
Battle starts.
taken the lead. enemy team has taken the lead.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Turtle engine damage. Problem solved, sir.
Torpedoes astern.
Unable to maneuver. Problem solved, sir.
Enemy battleship foundered.
I'm very frustrated this morning. Alright, how'd my Kuma game go? Not well. 600 experience, which means I only got 300. That's a really crappy game to get your double XP on. Very frustrated. What's your attack range? Oh wow, Kumas and South Carolinas are about the same. Interesting. Oh, this is lagging bad this morning. I am really tired of this map. Like, this map and the last map, that's all I play, it seems like. It's very frustrating. Oh good, a Tenryu. I can sit those pretty easy. Don't see him now though. I know it's AP, and AP is not going to do much against a destroyer. Destroyer's the big threat. Need to be careful though with that Omaha. Where's that destroyer? There he is. Destroyers are really hard to lead because of how fast they are. As you can tell, the whole world hates destroyers. They are primary targets for sure. Especially the Minikaze. Excuse me for butchering that. Oh, it's a lot of planes. Let's get some scouting going on. How's he hitting that? He probably has a perk or something. Oh, way over lead. Let's try here. Ooh, there's a ship close to me. Tenryu. Alright. Switch into AP. Tenryu, I think, is one of my favorite ships, even though it's super easy to get a Citadel hit on. Greenme's a pretty good ship here.
Main turret damaged.
I need to get out of here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm a dead man. Come on, boat, let's go. Got him.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Cannot fight in an Omaha. No, no, wrong way, wrong way. It'd be really nice to not be on fire. There we go. Okay, let's swap it up a little bit here. He's targeting me again. I'm not going to survive this. Oh, of course I start broadcasting when I have crappy games. Yeah, he's firing AP at me. He's trying to get a Citadel hit. Turn, turn, turn. I got a Citadel hit on him, that's something. Alright, here we go. Torpedo time. Oh, bad shot. Really bad shot.
Problem solved, sir.
Unless I get like 6 Citadel hits, I am a dead man. There's one. Yep, there it is. Now the Omaha is a tier higher than me, so going into that with half damage already set me up to lose. I have games much better than this, usually. Where did all of those torpedoes come from? Does he have a destroyer out there? Alright. Well, you have watched me die 4 times now. Today's not a good day for me. That's a guy I played with a while back. He's pretty good. What was this communication? Hey, we won! How did I do? 1034, which means... Whoa, actually 1034. Not bad. Only 1 kill, though. Alright, where's the ready button? There it is. Oops. Yeah, we'll go with Kuma. Always good to ask the people you division with if it's okay if you stream. Which, this is a good thing in this case. Alright, so let's look at some other ships here that I've got while we wait on him. Alright, so right now I have the Isakaze, which anybody who speaks Japanese probably is cringing at my pronunciation here. Isakaze is a destroyer. It's a pretty interesting little ship. Her torpedoes, I think, are a little short-ranged at 7 kilometers, considering her concealment only gives her 6.1 kilometers of not being okay, so concealment works like this. Surface detectability range means that any ship on the surface, battleship, destroyer, cruiser, aircraft carrier, they can't see you until you're 6.1 kilometers away. Now the reason for this is it's designed to simulate the swells of an ocean. I mean, they're big swells, and you can hide battleships and even carriers in large ocean swells very easily. So that's what that's designed to simulate. It's a small ship, and so it hides pretty easily. Now my torpedo range is 7 kilometers, and the way you're supposed to play Japanese destroyers is you need to sit in that sweet spot between your maximum torpedo range and your concealment range, and then just launch torps at everything that you can. Now, it takes a lot of skill to do, and I am not very good at it. But I have seen some players out there on the internets who are fantastic at it. I've got an Arkansas Beta, which is basically a stock Wyoming-class battleship. I don't like it because it has 0 anti-aircraft guns on it. But, on the flip side, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main batteries, all of which are double-barreled. So you've got 12 guns to shoot with, and then there's a lot of secondary armament on it as well, which is just fantastic. It also has 6 upgrade slots and is considered a premium ship. So if I want to switch out my captains, I can retrain them for no cost on this ship. I got this as part of being a member in the closed beta test. The Wyoming is the ship that is most similar to the Arkansas Beta. It's basically the same ship, only this one can be upgraded. And the B hull here finally adds a few anti-aircraft mounts. It's not great, but at least torpedo bombers and dive bombers don't get free hits on you. It's an okay ship. Its survivability is pretty good. Its accuracy is not bad. Its dispersion isn't as bad as the Myogi, but it does have a pretty decent range on it. Phoenix is one of my more... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay, I thought that was something else. So, the Phoenix is one of my more favorite ships. It has, especially once you get to Hull C. So the Hull A, which is the one you start with, you only have 6 main turrets, which normally wouldn't be a big deal, but they're 152 millimeter 50 caliber turrets, so they don't do a whole lot of damage, and you don't get a whole lot of them. Now your rate of fire is pretty good, but when you only have 6 guns, 3 on each side, it's not super great. The B variant adds 2 more turrets, and then the C variant adds 2 more on top of that. So by the time you get to the C variant, you have a pretty good grouping of guns. So it's an interesting ship. The Omaha is the next tier up from it. So here, let me show you the tech tree here in a minute. Omaha is a pretty interesting ship. I like it. I haven't been able to play it yet, though. It looks like she's got some double-barreled turrets on her, which is pretty cool. 152, 53 caliber. That's pretty awesome. Her C variant is absolutely devastating. At least if you're going for AA. Now you do lose 2 turrets and 2 torpedo tubes for it. There's some discussion in the community on if it's very good or not to make that trade-off. I haven't played it, so I can't comment. So this is what your tier, or your tech tree looks like. You start out, if you're playing US or Japanese, at the tier 1 ship. So it's the Hashidate in your cruisers, and the Erie on the US side. After you get enough experience with that, I think you have to play a lot of versus AI, but you move up to the Chester. So we're just going to go down the US tech tree for now, because that's what I have open. And then once you get enough experience in the Chester, you can either go over to the Samson, which is a destroyer, or you can go up to the St. Louis, which is, you know, a higher tier cruiser. I think the St. Louis is a really good ship. I've seen her hold her own against tier 5 ships, such as the Omaha, as a tier 3 cruiser. It's an amazing ship, one of my favorite. And then once you get enough experience in the St. Louis, you can go to the South Carolina, which is a battleship, or you can go up to the Phoenix, which is another cruiser. And in the South Carolina, you get enough experience, you go up to the Wyoming, and then once you get enough experience in the Wyoming, you can either go to the Langley, which is an aircraft carrier, or the New York. As you can tell, I'm still kind of working my way through this. But so far, I've found both US and Japanese cruisers to be tremendously fun to play. If we go over to the Japanese side, I think I've got a little bit more time spent over there. Tenryu is a fantastic cruiser, especially for her tier. She has torpedoes, which is a good trade-off because she only has 4 cannons on her, but I've gotten 4 kill streaks in a Tenryu that I haven't been able to duplicate in my Kuma. So these ships right here are generally classified as light cruisers, which means they have fairly thin armor. But they're also very maneuverable and very fast. Now, the interesting thing about the Japanese light cruisers is they're really more designed as destroyer leaders. So if you're in a group, or if you're in a game and you have, you know, some destroyers in there, if you can get them to group up with you, good luck getting them to do so. But if you can get them to group up with you, a group of 2 destroyers and then a Tenryu or a Kuma is really, really good. The Kawachi and the Myogi are terrible ships. I hate them. Kawachi only has 9-kilometer ranged guns. I think every cruiser out there has better guns than the Kawachi. The Myogi is not bad, except like she has a lot better gun range. But oh man, she can't hit anything. I don't know where he went, huh? Now, the one thing that I did like about the Myogi, though, is she has a scout plane that you can launch, which it gives you like a 20% increase to your range. So you can sit about 20 kilometers away from a target and just start sniping at it, which kind of has pros and cons. I mean, it's great because you can catch aircraft carriers unaware, but it's also really bad because there's a joke on Reddit about it. It's called the Myogi Bullseye. It's where you fire all 6 of your guns. Yeah, it only has 6 guns and it takes 30 seconds to reload. You fire all 6 of your guns. 2 shots go behind, 2 shots go in front, 1 shot goes in front, and by in front I mean towards you. 1 shot leads the target and 1 shot trails the target. So you have this perfect bracket around a ship, and it's called the Myogi Bullseye. I've been working on my Japanese aircraft carriers because the general consensus is that they're really good. I have not had many good games in the Hosho. I'm pretty sure that you get really good games at the higher tiers. But, I mean, these 2 right here are definitely escort carriers. You don't get very many planes, you can't launch very many squadrons, and everything you have is really squishy World War I technology. Now, I've been looking at the Tier 5 ships because I've been getting matched up with Tier 5 Zuyos, and they seem to be a lot better. I mean, you still only can launch those 3 or 4 squadrons. Oh! You can get 4 squadrons. I'll show you only get 3. Oh, that's nice. I'm almost there on the Zuyo, but I'm ready to be done with the Hosho. It's pretty bad. Congo's not a bad battleship. Her turret traverse is glacial, but the ship itself can actually turn pretty well. It's got a little bit better grouping than the Myogi, and it has 1 additional turret, which is great. Sorry, I only have 1 monitor, so I have to keep alt-tabbing to check chat. So here's something cool. So you can get flags for getting different achievements. So some of them will get you, you take less damage and deal more damage when you ram an enemy ship. And the amount of damage that you deal, I think, is equal to your ship's total hit points. And the amount of damage you receive is equal to the amount of health that your opponent's ship has. So the total amount. Oh, he's not retrained yet. That's probably a lot of why I'm getting frustrated. Here's one that basically makes you immune to a magazine detonation. And a magazine detonation is... So on these ships, all their magazines are stored under here. And if you can get an AP shell to get in there and detonate in there, there's a chance that it will just blow the whole ship up. It's just an insta-jib like that. This particular flag completely removes it. The whole time I've played, I've only gotten 1 of those, and I've been playing for 3 months now? 4 months now? Something like that. How do I leave a division? Anyway, so here, there's one of these. Okay, yeah, so 20% of the hit point recovery speed when the repair party consumable is used. So, this is the repair party consumable. And it restores 20% more hit points per second when you have that flag on. So for 28 seconds, you get 247 hit points per second, which is great. But it only works against what's considered light damage. So HE rounds that hit up here or down here, maybe something that hits here, it can repair that. I think fire is actually considered light damage, even though it's the bane of any battleship. But if you get medium hits or critical hits, it shows you, or you can't repair that damage. That would be like saying, okay guys, now we've got a giant breach in the side of our hull, let's get out there and fix that while there are shells flying. No. How do I do this? Why is this not letting me do it? Let's try it here. Close out of that. Now what are you doing? Bottom left. I'm sorry, I'm being dense here. I'm right-clicking like crazy here. I'm gonna pause the stream until I get this fixed. Okay.